Hi, this is Antonio Centeno over at Real Men Real Style, and today I'm going to be doing a video review of Dappered.com. Dappered's been around for about a year and a half, and it's run by Joe Weber. And he first came on my calendar when he did some guest posting over at The Art of Manliness, at Primer, and at The Effortless Gent. And I've seen Joe position this website as the go-to place on the web for finding great deals on menswear. And I think he sums, I like his philosophy. Fashion is temporary and expensive. Style is timeless and affordable. And it seems like he's positioned Dappered to be the go-to site, not just about information, because there's a lot of the sites out there, but Joe focuses on bringing to your attention the best deals. And these are deals that may only be around for 24 hours or be around for, or coming up here in the next month. But he really wants to be the place where you come and okay, here's an up and coming deal, and he brings it right to your attention. And this is probably one of the better ones because I like how whenever he does comparisons of clothing, he updates very quickly if the prices change. As we can see here, the price has gone up by $76 or $75, and he brings those updates right through. And you can see he's already had 2 updates. And this article is like a couple days old. And I actually know he did these updates probably within the first day. Another powerful thing about Dappered.com is Joe has really cultivated a community. And so you can see he's already got 35 comments. He comes in here and adds some comments, but he's got a number of men who come in here and he make it even stronger because these other guys are out there looking for deals and bringing to other people's attention other deals which Joe might not have noticed. Now, he also, isn't afraid to jump in and provide us with information. I like the way Joe does it. So he talks about a new movie called Drive and the star Ryan Gosling. Very sharp dressed man. You'll see him on the cover of GQ and Esquire. But Ryan, he says, how can we take Ryan's look and imitate it? And so he goes piece by piece from the watch to looks like the Levi Slim Fit trucker jean jacket, to the shirt, to the trousers, to the jeans, to the sunglasses, down to the boots and the gloves. So if you want to understand how to put together outfits, this is also a great site. And what I really love is he links you right to the websites where you can pick up the item if you so choose. And he gives the price. Now, I went through this article quickly, but I love it because I didn't really hit about one thing Joe does is he gives you sometimes multiple options. And he says, okay, you can get this jacket over here to the left for $285 or this one here to the right for $225. And this is going to be the difference in what you're getting. Another thing, Joe doesn't just stop at clothing. He gets into drink. He talks about grooming, shoes. Here he'll talk about travel and bags. Again, he's got certain codes that you can even use and save on and get a discount. The normal price, the sale price. And again, the powerful thing is you can look in the comments and people will let you know which coupon codes worked, which ones are expired, perhaps where you can even find a better deal. Here he is talking about drink. Follows... on the drinks, he doesn't necessarily follow the same formula. This is more information. On the most wanted, this is where he starts playing with lists. And you can see here in September of this year, he's basically saying, okay, here are the 5 most wanted items from the last few months. And so this is if you're a bit short on time, you can just go follow Joe's advice. Now here we can see Joe's actually probably the model in here. And the great thing is, okay, you may be asking, okay, here's Joe. I see him. I see how this fits. What size? What I love is that Joe has actually given us his measurements. And so probably more measurements than what we needed there, Joe, but I appreciate it. And so we get an idea of how he's built and how the clothing fits him. Another thing I love about Dappered.com is that this little column that they have about Ask a Woman. And Joe brings in Beth, old friend of his, and Beth goes into detail and gives us the female perspective on commonly asked questions. Now, It's broken up into categories, so accessories, clothing, drink, grooming, shoes, too expensive, travel, watches, women, etc. This is one of the, actually, I think the weak points about Dapper.com is that there's a lot of overlap. So if you go through one category, you're going to see the same article that you perhaps saw in another category. But it's things like this that kind of just make up for it. I love his ridiculous model captions. And this is where he gets the people involved in how I think Joe has developed such a strong community. Here you can see, obviously, that's a ridiculous picture. And he asks people to come in and chime in, give their take on what the caption should have been. Some of them I can't repeat. But you see 26 people jumped in there. So, and finally, he's got a threads, or what he would call an up-to-date form without a bunch of snobs in it. So this is something, it's a lot smaller and more intimate than what you're going to see over at Style Forum or Ask Andy. And you may not get an immediate response, but you're going to get a pretty quick response. It looks like most people are getting replies to, and you can see that it's pretty active. Again, not super active, but then again, I know he just started this, and he's got over almost 300 topics and just under 2,000 posts. Dapper's also got a Facebook page, another way to engage the audience and stay up to date if you don't want it. He has also got an email list, which you can get, therefore you can get emails sent right to you. And he's on Twitter. So Joe has made it really easy to stay in touch and to stay on top of deals. And if you're the kind of guy looking for deals, I highly advise you either get on the email list, get on the RSS feeder, or just like him over at Facebook. All right, well, that's my review of Dapper. I give it 2 thumbs up, a great website, and I see a lot of positive things in Dapper.com's future. This has been Antonio Centeno with Real Men, Real Style. Take care.